God. Yeah!
Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again, bringing you a nice and meaty chunk of Shangri-La gameplay from the new Annihilation map pack, Zombie Map. And what this is going to be me showing you an average Joe way of setting up on Shangri-La solo. This is not going to help you when you play with a team, because there's more zombies, and obviously when there's more people, there's more strategies that are apparent for you. But what this is going to help, it's going to help all those people that just want to, sit down and discover the map and try and enjoy it if they're struggling with it. Because I do believe that the start of this is a lot more difficult, and this map in general, than what we're normally used to if you started playing zombies on Call of Duty Black Ops, because it's very different to the World at War zombies, and they made it a lot simpler, believe it or not. They made it a lot easier, even though sometimes it doesn't quite feel that way. But Ascension and Call of the Dead were very open, and this one isn't. This one is a lot closer, this one's a lot more about moving around the map, and it is challenging, especially for people that aren't confident or experienced with zombies. So, the first thing I like to do when I'm setting up on round 1 is I like to let the zombies get in, because it enables me to... I can try and get collaterals with my pistol, so I can shoot through zombies to get more points. And a lot of people will advise you to knife on the first round, because it's a one-hit kill with the knife on the first round. For me though, personally, I've never really understood the reason for that, because sure, you save your gun for the later bits when you have to shoot them and then stab them, but at the same time, you're getting points slower. So what I like to do is I will pretty much put a full clip into one zombie's leg, just to farm points, and I'll do that pretty much until I run out of ammo. And the main reason for it is I don't stay in this area very long. I generally go really early and grab a submachine gun off the wall that's going to help me, continue to play for the rest of the game. And on this gameplay, it's the MPL, because on this map, if you open that door right there, the MPL's just here. It's 1,000, so I don't quite have enough because I didn't finish mending all the windows, sorry. So I'll have to wait until I can get that. But as soon as I've got that, all I have to do from then onwards is to do a little burst into them and then stab them. And then I can do that for the next few rounds, and it pays for itself in my books. So it's a nice strategy for starting off for somebody that's not experienced. And on wave 2, you can only shoot them once. If you shoot them any more than once, they will die. And to shoot them once with a gun, you have to really lightly press the trigger. You can't make it click in or anything, or it'll shoot more bullets. You have to, the most featherest of touches on that trigger will get the one bullet, and then you can finish them off with the knife and maximise your points. And there are two basic strategies for this start point for me, and I would say get to an area where you're comfortable with and use the weapons that you're comfortable with using. And for me, it's this area here, and it's the area of the spawn, because the spawn is actually the best area in Shangri-La to defend when you have a weapon to clear your way and a weapon to build points. But you're going to see that in a little while when I set up on this map. But the main problem starting off early is the fact you don't have Juggernaut, and the 2-slap can be prevalent, especially if you're lagging or if you don't have the best connection. I generally don't buy quick revive when I'm playing solo. The main reason for that is because I treat it kind of like an arcade, where the more you die, the more you learn, and sometimes it's a strict lesson, but you become a better player for it. And right now I'm just patching the windows up as necessary. But as I was saying, with the two strategies to do, this one I'm going to show you is just all gun-based. This is just, point and shoot, getting a couple of positions. I do get 2 lucky breaks with bombs where I get stuck and I can't clear the way, and I somehow kill something and a bomb appears. So that's just me, having a sloppy round and getting very lucky. But zombies is random, and sometimes you just get those games where that happens. But on this match as well, I got lucky because Juggernaut was there in front of me instead of it being Speedcaller. If Juggernaut is across where the Speedcaller is, across the tar pit, that can make setting up a lot more difficult. And also, the box is generally down that corridor there where there's the big stone wheel in front of. So hitting that box early on is a very valid strategy. If you're not going to hit the box, one of the other really good methods is save your points, go to the power room and buy the Bowie knife. Because if you're not interested in getting a gun out of the box, don't spend the points. You can get the knife, and all the way up until wave 10, it will be a one-hit kill on every zombie. I do believe the wind ones and the fucking fire guys, they take a little bit more, but that's just because the tossers. But it is a really, really good strategy. The only problem with it is it's 3,000 points, so to get it early and to get it effective means prioritising it over Juggernaut, and that is something that I'm just not willing to do. So for this strategy, I do get the Bowie knife later on and show you how to use it effectively, but this is basically me hitting the box, relying on a wall weapon, and showing you some interesting spots to set up. So it is a little slow at the start, as everybody knows that plays zombies, but it does get a hell of a lot more hectic, and it's just a testament to this map in how hectic it gets, because there's some times where they'll come at you 10 deep and there's not a lot you can do about it. One cool strategy as well is once you've turned the power on, it enables the minecart, and if you stay up here and defend the top area, defend the window behind you, the window to your side, and the area where they jump up, if you start getting overrun, as soon as you pay for the minecart, it effectively makes you immortal, and if there's any zombies around you, they will stand still for the duration of the minecart ride, and you can just feel free to lay into them. And it can be a nice, interesting strategy, because one really effective, gameplay that you can apply to this level is to circle like you would do on Kino de Totem, where you led the zombies in a big train through the house and you capitalised on points, or you killed them with the traps, but you kept clearing your path and moving around in a big circle of the entire map. And this map is very similar for that, because you can pretty much do it once you've cleared all the obstacles. The only difference here is it's a lot more claustrophobic, so it's a lot easier to get trapped. And right there I get a python from the box, and you're probably thinking the python's a piece of shit. Early on, the python is a fantastic weapon. It is a one-hit kill on pretty much every zombie for a couple of rounds, and it will also go through the zombies and get a lot of collateral kills for you, so it can be an excellent weapon. The only problem that I face is I run out of MPL rounds in a minute, and it puts the Magnum on automatically, and there's about 4 targets all spaced, and I can't clear them quick enough, so it's where I get really sloppy and where the bomb saves my ass. But it's one of those things where when you're trying this and you're setting up, you probably won't get a python, and you probably won't get as unlucky as I did, because zombies is predominantly luck, and if you think anything else, then you think too highly of yourself. Quick word to the wise as well. I did originally try and do a live com for this. I got my guitar on its stand bent towards my bed, and I killed my microphone around it so that it was poised off the top towards me, and I kind of recorded it as if it was a directional microphone. The only problem is I was quite close to it and I was still really, really quiet, so unfortunately I couldn't salvage that audio by messing with the levels or enhancing it or anything. And I did try, because I do have various, software on my laptop that enables me to do that kind of stuff. It's just it didn't work at all, so that's why I had to lay this one on top. But my birthday is coming up in early July, and I'm hopefully going to be getting the Triton AX 720s, I do believe, and they're going to enable me to do both live commentaries and a handful of series that I've been neglecting to do, because I just didn't think that the commentary that I put over the top would be good enough for them, because commentating something live and commentating something afterwards are two completely different animals, and they're two different results. You say different things when it's on the spot and when you're doing it, because your thought process is different, your synapses are firing differently. When you have time to think about it, it's a lot more condensed, it's a lot more streamlined, it's not as pure or primal, and that's why I think it's always good to have a mixture of both. And also, it's a lot less work. When you record commentaries live, it is so easier than laying them over the top, because you don't have to watch the video twice and you don't have to check all that kind of shit. It's just a case of you've got a video ready to be uploaded once it's rendered. You don't have to do the crazy editing and cutting out this and that and measuring sound and things, because it's all pretty much done for you. But now that I've got, a bit of money opened up, I'm coming down here. One warning to anybody, this area is not a safe place to be. You want to always be moving through these places pretty quick and, with the highest awareness possible, because you will get jammed, you will get stopped dead, because the collision detection with the zombies is a fucking nuisance. They will block you in, especially now that there's the little monkeys that attack you, because the monkeys will just stop you dead, even though there's space to run around them, because it's almost as if they've got invisible shoulders that are just full-on linebacking you, and it's very frustrating. So always try and be as quick as possible. Use crawlers if need to, just cook a grenade, take them down. And this is where I get fucked, I believe, because the fire guy turns up and I can't kill him quick enough. And oh no, this is a little bit different. What happens here is I kill him and his fire is all over a max ammo. And as you can tell, I don't have Juggernaut, so I don't trust that fire at all. And right there is a monkey that's going to steal the power up, but the monkey dies as it runs through the fire, so I'm able to come round the back and grab this max ammo. So that is a bit of a hairy situation. You want to avoid that as best as possible. And the luxury of this area is you can run around quite a lot, you can weave between the zombies, but you can also get them lined up so that you can spam them for points. Because there's nothing better than firing a submachine gun through a bunch of zombies. You're going to get a lot of points. And just be careful. Awareness is always got to be high, because if your awareness isn't up there, you're going to get fucked. And when I was doing the live commentary, I mentioned how I got a collateral with the Magnum, and obviously when you're doing it live, I was being a little bit silly doing impressions and shit like that. And I mentioned collateral damage, which, if anybody doesn't know, it's an Arnold Schwarzenegger film, and I do believe, for me personally, it is the last decent Arnold Schwarzenegger movie he released. And the reason I said decent is because I don't think it's up there with the greats, you know, like Commando, like Total Recall, like Predator, anything like that, True Lies, Terminator. I don't think it's of that caliber, but it's still a really decent and entertaining movie. And the thing that I liked about it the most is the fact that Arnie is vulnerable. I mean, usually he's just, you know, a big, indestructible fucking fat-necked, you know, slurring his lines in his crazy accent, shooting people and getting no recoil and getting shot, not even feeling it. But on this film, I think he only gets a gun at one point of it, and he doesn't go nuts with it because they made him a lot more realistic, and they made him an enjoyable protagonist to watch, because you didn't know if he was going to get out of all the situations, even though you kind of fucking did. This is not a Steven Seagal, you know, film where he has to survive everything unless his contract is high enough. It's one of those where he does feel vulnerable, and it's pretty interesting because he uses the fact that he knows a lot about engineering to basically get the revenge for his wife's murder in a terrorist attack, and he's like making bombs and doing all sorts of mad shit. It's pretty cool, and I like it a lot. But right now, I think I've got one zombie left. I've got my Juggernaut, so everything gets a lot easier from now on. And it's just a case of farming points and doing whatever you prefer to do. And for me, it's usually, you know, getting a decent gun out of the box to clear my way, and then patrolling this area here, funneling them and killing them, and just seeing how far you can get, kind of thing. But if you go for the Bowie knife, it will cost you 3,000, so it is a bit of a save, but it will really pay off, because all the way up until wave 10, and then onwards from wave 10, if you've got a gun, you can really make the Bowie knife do some work. Because a little tip for anybody, which seems pretty obvious for a lot of people that play, but not so obvious for people that don't play. Just like I'm doing in the early rounds with my gun, I'm hitting them, then I'm knifing them and getting the bonus points. Once you get the Bowie knife, if you shoot them once and then hit them with the Bowie knife after wave 10, you will still get the insta-kill. And it continues on until about wave 15 or wave 17, something like that. I don't know for sure, but it is a really valid strategy. And just keep watching your back, never stay in one place too long, always watch the windows, and, you know, just do your thing. Right now is probably where I'm going to get screwed, because as you can see, the zombies start running a lot sooner on this. Look at that, 2-piece. Can I get a 3-piece? Can I balls? I got a 2-piece. And then I tried to stab that guy. I don't know why I did, and this is where I get stuck. Watch this. How lucky is that? You will never, ever, ever get that lucky. Don't know why it happened, don't know how it happened, but the one guy I shot dropped a bomb, and it stopped me from getting crushed. So, moral of that story is never get caught with your pants down with a python, because it's going to fail you every time, unless you're Harry Callahan. So, now that we've got a couple of seconds of relief from the zombies, I'm going to come up and patch a window. I think he's the last one, because he's running pretty quick. There he is, he's the last one. Round 7's about to start. Or is it round 6? I can never tell if it's changing to or changing from. Yeah, it's round 6. No, it's round 7. You know, it's just fucking silly. But right now, you know the zombies are going to be coming, so this is the best time to get to the area that you want to defend. And for me, it's going to be this spawn area, because you can keep looping circles around this starting section if you have a decent gun. Now I have Juggernaut, I have a lot of flexibility. The only problem with this setup right now is I don't have anything to clear my way reliably, because as we've just seen, the Python is not a reliable weapon. It's cool, it's fun to use, but it fails, and that's just how it is. So right now, I'm going to be doing this section here. The front end of this, where the Pack-a-Punch machine is the widest area in this Shangri-La, pretty much. And it can be quite good for getting them, you know, into a nice little circle and getting them to follow you around these ruins. You can run through the middle where quick revive is. That will get you if you have to do a quick turn. Just be careful, because zombies will cut you off. It's one of those things where you've just got to be really super aware. And that is one of those fucking... Watch this. How the hell does that guy survive that? And then she blocks me in, and then I have to back up. But I know right now, unless I kill the zombies in front of me, there's not going to be that many behind me until they start spawning. And right there, I throw the grenade so I can get a crawler, and I can start hitting the box and see if I can get a better weapon. And I get screwed. Watch that. Be careful, because they can drop down that shortcut where that water jet is, and I completely forgot, so it puts me in a bad situation. That's a ray gun. I have to risk it to get the ray gun, and I nearly get wedged, but luckily enough the ray gun is a win button. Just bear in mind, if you don't have PhD flopper, you will down yourself if you go too crazy on the floor. And there's the spike claymores to my right just then. I just ran past them. I'm going straight for flopper because I know I don't want to get into a... Oh no, I'm not. I'm going for the Bowie knife. I tell a lie. So, round 7, Bowie knife, and here you go. From now on, it's easy mode until wave 10. And then wave 10, you have to employ the strategy I was mentioning before, where you shoot them first and then you stab them. And it's pretty easy pickings from now on. This is the section where you start building up your points, and you can start buying your perks, you can start truly setting up, and just doing what you do. And I've heard that the Easter egg, the big Easter egg where you get the Wandering Stone, or whatever it's called, where you complete the story, once you do that, whoever picks up the stone gets all 7 perks, and the perks don't disappear, even if you get downed. They're with you, there's no V in that word, fucking hell, they're with you for the entire game. And that sounds awesome, and it's such a shame you can't do it on your own, because if you think about it, if you could do the Wandering Stone Easter egg on your own, you would be able to go forever, because you'd have quick revive, and if it never disappeared, you would keep getting brought up and up and up. How fun would that be? To have infinite lives to see how far you can get, to test your own patience and get some crazy montage clips for YouTube. It'd be so cool, but you can't press all 4 of the buttons on yourself, so it just doesn't work. And right now, this is the start of the strategy I've mentioned, where you can circle around this area and defend. Right now I'm using the Bowie knife. The only problem with the Bowie knife is it isn't too reliable at clearing a lot of zombies from in front of you, and if you have any of them chasing you, they will fuck you up from behind, and you'll probably get downed before you know where you are. So right here, it's great for if there's one in front. Try not to lunge into a group, or you might find yourself getting downed with Juggernaut. And that fire right there tells me that that fire dude is pretty close, but he keeps walking through the middle area where quick revive is. I don't know if you've noticed. So I can't see him, and I don't know where he is right now. But I think he times out. That were a little bit weird. Got a lot of artifacts on my screen. I hope it doesn't render like that. Jesus Christ, did it just skip again? Kind of weird that. Sometimes when you record with a HDPVR, I don't know if you know this, people, but every so often, depending on if you're recording for a long time and it's a large size file, it could have something to do with the processor on my laptop, but it does stutter sometimes and stagger, and you will lose bits of footage. And right there looks exactly like what's just happened. And watch this. Again, I get saved by the bomb. That is another occasion where I should have died, and I'm in a really bad spot. And the reason for this is because at the start of the round, I ran in for flopper, and this is not a good place to be. That's a dead end. I don't want to be there. And it's just like, this is not the spot you want to be in. Running around here with a bunch of zombies coming up onwards to wave 10 is a bad idea. You want to be out where you can see the open areas, where you can see the corridors, and you can somehow stay alive, because down here is just a death trap unless you're running a train. So don't even push it, don't risk it, it's not worth it. Yeah, and I don't know if that is a skip that's going to affect the video, because at the time I was recording with Audacity when I was doing the live com, so I didn't see the screen flipping out. It might be because I had so many things accessed at the same time on my laptop, who knows, but I do apologise for that, guys. You didn't miss much, it's just a little jump. And it just did it again, fuck me. I have to check this shit out, man, this is bad. I've just, like, missed a wave. But the strategy applies, running circles around here, you know, doing your best, getting whatever guns you're comfortable with, getting yourself set up. Let's have a look, just keep reloading, keep your guns, and you can get them in a lovely train behind you, but at this moment in time I keep getting fucked up by the big fire guy, so look at that. I've even got flopper and it still does that crazy screen as if you're shell-shocked, which, if you ask me, is kind of bullshit. But just keep peppering dudes, keep clearing your path. And this is easily the easiest spot to build points. And when that fire's down, use it as a trap, lure them through it to save your ammo. And I think I go and use the random box and I get a commando, and then I start training around the area, and the commando enables me to maximise on points. But once again, it's just skipped. Fuck me. This is such a bad recording. Don't even know why it's doing that. So tragic. But you live and learn, don't you? So hopefully the next video won't do it. I can't even imagine if it had done it on my my 007 Bloodstone guide. I would have been so fucked off, because those videos were like 40 minutes long, and that game wasn't hard, but some bits of it were really bullshit. So I hit the box, and I get a ballistic knife. I don't want a ballistic knife, but I pick it up because it quickens the amount of time needed for the box to regenerate so that you can flip it again. This dude's just going to chase me around here, and if you can't get a crawler and you don't want to risk a crawler, just have one guy. I mean, there's so many people you see trying to get crawlers that end up killing it and starting the next wave because they cooked the grenade and it didn't work. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, deal with the cards you dealt. But now I've got the commando. This is where the end of the setup strategy basically takes place. I now have a weapon to clear my path, and I have a weapon that's gonna just build points like a motherfucker. So all that's left is to keep, you know, walking intelligently around this area, dodging whatever comes, clearing the path in front of me, spinning around every so often to, you know, just capitalise on the points. And you can do this for as long as you can hold out. I've managed to get to wave 16 on my own before I kind of got bored, because I don't know, I played Ascension a lot, I played Call of the Dead a lot, and this map, because there's only one really new weapon and the other one is a Claymore, which I couldn't really give a fuck about, even though it is really funny and it's a cool gun. I don't know, there's no new perk, which kind of gutted me. There's only one new weapon, and the new weapon is a shrink gun, effectively, so I'm not a fan of shrink guns. I played, you know, Duke Nukem 3D, and it was good at the time, but it's not a weapon that I thought, a game would benefit from this gun in it. It really isn't. And it's just a shame. It'd have been nice if all the wonder weapons were in this game, because they brought Deadshot Daiquiri across. Why didn't they bring the Scavenger, or the Zeus Cannon, or the, you know, the Winter's Howl, something like that? And I don't know if it's because Treyarch know that people are going to play regardless, so they don't have to try or they don't have to do anything different, or if they're just sticking on a principle that, you know, none of us know about, a design imperative that they've basically said we're going to do it our way, and regardless of what people want, we're not going to change it for them. It's our game, we do what we want. No idea, but there's no excuse really. Can you imagine if you could get Scavenger on Ascension? It'd just be beast, and just, I don't know. I just wish. I wish so many things. Like, it would have been nice to see a lot more of the World War II guns make it into zombies from the original zombies, like, you know, the Kar-98 and all those other ones. I don't know the names because I never played World at War, but all those guns look pretty fun to use. Like the Thompson and stuff. The Thompson looks beast, Pack-a-Punch, but it's one of those things that I'll never get to use unless they release the map pack. But right now is where you can do the damage with the training, so just be careful as you run down these flanks, because they are currently spawning. That's a max ammo, I'm in trouble there, but just don't get stuck, keep moving forward, the zombies will follow you, keep clearing the path. And this zombie steals the max ammo, and I think I get a fucking bomb from it, so that's a shame. I should have really turned, but at the time you don't think about it. And right here, I can't move, the zombies pin me in effectively, but whichever zombies in the playing field when you hit the bomb will die, regardless of if they show like they're on fire. The only zombies it doesn't affect are the ones that are recently spawning, so if they're behind the gates, behind the window should I say. And right there is an example of going through the middle. If you get into a situation where there's not a lot you can do, feel free to run through the middle. It is a valid strategy. And this is pretty much the setup. There's a couple more minutes left of the video, because when I was doing it live I was actually talking, you know, about relevant things, and all 27 minutes were pretty good. They were pretty insightful, but it's really difficult to recreate what you're thinking. But now we've got 8,000 points, feel free to go and get your perks, whichever ones you like to use. I have no preference on this map because I haven't played it enough, and I don't know, speed doesn't seem like such an important perk on this one, even though it is my favourite perk. Sleight of hand is always great, double tap is good, but it's one of those, you know, trade-offs. You get more points, but you also need ammo more and things like that. Flopper's only really useful if you're using an explosive weapon, because you can flop in the level, but a lot of the areas aren't really floppable. It seems like you're going out of your way to find a flop spot. Like, you could flop off of that little staircase there, but I just don't know how it would really help unless you're super good at flopping. And right now I've got a lovely train behind me, so you can just spin round, gun into them, and then just don't stay for too long, because if you stay too long looking down your ADS, you're going to get slapped from the side, you're going to get trapped, and you're just going to end the run. It's just how it works. But See how I've got the big train there, ran through the circle, ran through the middle, sorry, when I got in trouble. Now I can turn around and shoot them, but unfortunately that fucking screamy guy's just blinded me. But this is it, basically. You can pack a punch if you want to make your gun stronger, to make it easier to kill things. You can keep hitting the box, you can max your perks out, you can do whatever you like doing when you play zombies, but this is a setup, and anybody can do this, as I've just proven. Right there I get a shit ton of crawlers, and that enables me to run around the map and finish off getting a load of stuff, but I'm going to call it here because it's not the most exciting gameplay. I'm going to get a few when I'm with friends, and hopefully when I get my new headset I'm going to be able to do the live comm so you can hear what my buddies are saying and we can all joke around and be idiots and hopefully entertain some people. But thanks for watching, guys. There are more Portal 2 videos coming if you're enjoying that guide. I've just got to render them and upload them. But as always, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting. If you like what I'm doing, please try and, rate videos, please subscribe, please favourite, do all that good stuff, and help my channel grow, because, it's what it's all about, and I love it. So, you take care now.